Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Apple report for Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. Before I click through the charts as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already and become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber. Share the content if you would with friends and colleagues, and please check out wickedstocks.com where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Apple report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube and cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% swings or more on those individual stock picks. In fact, earlier this week, we put out a Netflix video analysis. We've got another one coming out in a day or so, 2 a week. So if you want to check it out, you can, because we also offer a 5-day free trial up front. So if you sign up for wickedstocks.com, you've got 5 full days to check out everything, including the recent Netflix pick. And if you don't like what you see, you can bow out, cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever, as long as you do so within the first 5 days. And let's move on to the big picture, work our way into the day itself. Just a reminder that a few months ago, 4 months ago or so, we settled above the 168.50 long-term channel top that set up longer-term bullish continuation. At one point, I was expecting 225.72 by the end of the year. I think that is way off now, but I am ultimately anticipating 225.72 as a longer-term objective that is in reach, I'd say, Q1, Q2 of next year. Now, we've yet to test 168.50, and it has been considered a 2 to 3 week target and still is in reach over the next few weeks, as long as we continue trading inside or below the 184.40 to 186.27 region. I'm calling this a range of resistance now, so holding below 184.40 will keep 168.50 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and only if we close above 186.27 do I see bullish continuation through September, then anticipating 3 to 5 weeks bullish continuation to the 207.40 longer-term channel top. So yes, still bullish long-term above 168.50. And in fact, the recent sell signal, below the 184.40 channel top that we settled below about 3 weeks ago, is considered kind of a counter-trend sell-off because of the longer-term bullish dynamic above 168.50. And this recovery is consistent with all that. The big question, of course, is will we settle today, for instance, above 186.27? Until then, 184.40 is the beginning of a zone up to 186.27 that may well contain buying through next week. And from here, we can fall back to 168.50 over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that is still the reality. So we are presently testing 184.40. It is the beginning of a range up to 186.27 that can contain weekly buying pressures. And as we're testing this, I have no qualms with reaching for 169 or 168 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month. That is the options trade to the downside. Playing the short side into the upper 160s is still the play. Now, downside today, I'll continue with our downside dynamic. We have a new channel bottom that is rising at 178.33. I don't expect to see this today, but it is rising at a pretty steep rate, and we may well test it over the next day or two. On the way down, I've got 181.55. That is nothing more than the high that was put out about a week ago that we did, of course, close above on Tuesday. So on the way back, it offers decent intraday support. That is one day trade you could consider. Perhaps playing the short side below 184.40, taking some, if not all, profits at 181.55. If we break 181.55, yes, 178.33 in reach today, where a daily low can be placed. And I will say that if we settle today below 178.33, which I've designated as a down pivot point, then I would expect 172.89, which is this channel top here, within just another day or two. And then as we move into next week, closing below 178.33, we're just probably by the end of next week we should then test 168.50. So yes, holding below 184.40 will keep 178.33 in reach over the next couple of days, where we can bottom out on a daily basis. Solid day trade level here at 178.33. And if we close below 178.33, and if you 3 to 5 day swing traders haven't set a short yet at 184.40, that should come with a settlement below 178.33, which should then over the following 3 to 5 days result in a test of that long-term support at 168.50, where we can bottom out through the rest of the year, and above which a long-term buy signal remains in effect, anticipating 225.72, I'll just say over the next 5 to 8 months or so. Now, let's continue with the upside that if we do close today above 186.27, then all of those downside, 168, 169 out of the money puts, if you own them now, and if we close above 186.27, my suggestion is to liquidate that out of the money put and perhaps then consider reaching for a 210 out of the money call that doesn't expire for at least several months. I would give this move 3 to 5 weeks. By the end of October at the latest, closing above 186.27 is our upward pivot point through September. And over the following 3 to 5 weeks, this market can reach back into the low 200 area. That would be a new all-time high. The 207.40 level is a new long-term rising channel top based on the January low. It can contain monthly, possibly quarterly buying pressures when tested. And in terms of the big picture, not unless we close above 207.40, you can see the 220 right up here. You see that? So if over the next couple of months we close above 207.40, that's where that long-term objective at 225.72 becomes a realistic 3 to 5 week target, but not until then. Trying to think if there's anything else to say. I think I have fleshed it out pretty well. I'm going to leave you with this image just to remind you 184.40 to 186.27 narrowing daily, converges entirely over the next few days, is our pivot point through next week and into later September, and below which 168.50 still in reach over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and above which expecting the low 200s within about 3 to 5 weeks, that 207.40 formation and rising daily. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll leave you this image, the most appropriate for the day, and I'll be back, of course, again tomorrow with Thursdays. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great day.